Okay, I know what you're thinking when you see that title. Higher tech than my iPhone? No way. I mean, your phone has GPS, an incredible camera, it connects you to literally all of human knowledge. But I'm going to tell you, that little bird flying past your window, it's running on biological hardware and software that is, in some ways, so much more advanced.
Let me just throw a number out there for you. 44,000 miles. Just let that number sink in. That's nearly enough to go around the entire planet. Twice. What in the world could possibly travel that far every single year?
We'll meet the champion, the Arctic tern. This little bird literally chases the sun, flying from the Arctic all the way to the Antarctic and back again every single year. It gets to experience 2 summers. And it does all this without Google Maps, without a compass, and a lot of the time over a completely featureless, empty ocean. So the real question is, how?
To even begin to understand this, we have to look at their most basic piece of tech, a built-in celestial operating system. And it all starts with just looking up.
You know, for centuries, human sailors navigated the vast oceans by finding the North Star, using it as a fixed point to guide them. Well, it turns out birds figured that out first, and the way scientists prove this is just brilliant. They put birds that migrate at night inside a planetarium, and as they rotated the artificial night sky, the birds would instinctively change the direction they were trying to fly, always lining up with the fake stars. They are literally hardwired to follow that celestial anchor.
So what about the birds that fly during the day? They use the sun, of course. But wait, the sun moves across the sky, right? No problem. They have an incredible internal clock, a circadian clock, that lets them calculate their direction based on where the sun is at any given time of day. It's like having a hyper-accurate watch and a compass built right into your brain, working in perfect sync.
But the sky isn't always clear. What happens then, huh? This is where things get even more amazing. They have an internal compass that doesn't need to see the sun or the stars at all.
And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What do you do on a completely overcast night, thousands of miles from the nearest piece of land? How do you keep your bearings? Well, the answer is so sci-fi it barely sounds real. They feel the planet itself.
This superpower is called magnetoreception, the ability to sense Earth's magnetic field. For a long time, the main theory was that birds have tiny iron particles in their beaks that act like a microscopic compass needle. Kinda cool. But a newer, much stranger theory is taking over, and this one involves the absolute weirdness of quantum physics.
And this right here, this brings us to the absolute killer app of bird technology. This isn't just an internal compass anymore. We're talking about a form of biological augmented reality.
Okay, so stick with me because this gets a little wild. It all seems to start with these special proteins in the bird's retina called cryptochromes. Now the idea is this: when blue light enters the bird's eye, it hits these proteins and kicks off a tiny quantum reaction. This reaction creates a pair of molecules whose behavior, whose very existence is directly tied to the direction of Earth's magnetic field.
So what does that actually mean? It means the bird isn't just feeling which way is north. This quantum process may allow it to literally see the magnetic field lines, maybe as a pattern of light and shadow layered on top of its normal vision.
This is the perfect way to think about it. It's like a fighter pilot's head-up display or the map in a video game. Birds might be flying around with a constant real-time navigational grid that only they can see, showing them the way to go. Your iPhone definitely cannot do that. So they have a star map and a quantum compass? Incredible. But there's one last crucial piece of this puzzle. How does a bird, on its very first migration, know where it's supposed to go? The answer lies in its source code.
It all starts with a fantastic German word, Zügenruhe. It translates to migratory restlessness, and it's this deep, innate, genetically programmed itch that tells a bird, it's time. You have to go, now.
And this is the part that is just so hard to wrap your head around. The parents don't teach the baby bird the route. There are no lessons, no practice runs. The entire flight plan, the destination, the direction, the timing, it is all pre-installed in its DNA from the moment it hatches.
Scientists think it works like a genetic vector, which is just a fancy way of saying a simple set of time and direction commands. It's almost like lines of computer code. Execute command fly south-southwest for 3 weeks, then execute command fly south for 2 weeks. This simple, elegant program gets them exactly where they need to be.
So how do we know for sure it's genetic? Well, the proof is absolutely wild.
When scientists crossbred two similar bird species that have very different migratory routes, their hybrid babies didn't follow one parent or the other. Instead, they tried to fly a route that was a perfect average of the two, a deadly compromise route that leads to nowhere. It's the ultimate proof that this map isn't learned, it's inherited.
So let's just pull all this together. What does this incredible biological technology really show us? Honestly, it's nothing short of a masterclass in nature's innovation.
Long before humans ever dreamed of GPS satellites, augmented reality, or computer programming, nature had already designed, tested, and perfected navigation systems that guide billions of animals across the globe with unbelievable precision. It's just a powerful reminder that some of the most advanced tech on Earth doesn't come from a factory. Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Just imagine for a second that you had that same technology, a quantum compass in your eyes, and an unstoppable, genetically coded urge to go somewhere new, somewhere you've never been. Where would your internal code tell you to go first?